yet. Now remember, oh my God.
Oh my God.
That looks like a second plane.
Year after year, we've had broken borders that aren't secure and a system that is broken. Year after year, we've had people dying in the desert because they want a better life for themselves and for their families. Year after year, we've had millions of people living in fear day after day, worrying that they could be deported, like the hundreds of people that were deported that lived in New Bedford, Massachusetts. Year after year, we've had an underground economy that hurts American workers and abuses hard-working families. Year after year, we've all heard talk about reforming our system. We've heard the bumper sticker solutions, the campaign ads, and we know how divisive it is. Well, now it's time for action. 2007 is the year we must fix our broken system. We must strike where the iron is hot. I've been around here long enough to know that opportunities like this don't come very often. The American people are demanding a solution. The President is committed. Senator Reid has made this a priority. Senators from both parties are now determined to solve this crisis. Politics is the art of the possible, and the agreement we just reached is the best possible chance we will have in years to secure our borders, bring millions of people out of the shadows and into the sunshine of America.
So this is the time when you see in the United States that dreamers begin to come out. They're sharing their stories. I'm undocumented, I'm unafraid, and some were saying I'm unapologetic. So I wanted to come out, but I was scared to come out. I didn't write out a statement. I didn't put any remarks together. I haven't thought about what it means to come out in such a public way. And I did it. I said I didn't tell my mom that I was going to do this today.
See, for years I learned to be quiet and to live in the shadows and to hide, and that my status was too dangerous to discuss in public. I would not be able to have stood here a few months ago and to share this with you. But I can no longer just sit and wait for something to happen without being involved in the process.
On this vote, the yeas are 216, the nays are 198. The motion is adopted. Without objection, a motion to reconsider is laid upon the table.
And then they said it's passed. And we literally started screaming and jumping and crying. And then of course we had the Senate vote. We didn't get our vote. And so we got up and we went downstairs. And by the time I got downstairs, the entire floor was filled with dreamers. We just formed this huge mob, which is never allowed in Capitol grounds. And we were just crying and we started chanting.
This morning, Secretary Napolitano announced new actions my administration will take to mend our nation's immigration policy, to make it more fair, more efficient, and more just, specifically for certain young people, sometimes called dreamers. Now, these are young people who study in our schools, they play in our neighborhoods, they're friends with our kids, they pledge allegiance to our flag. They are Americans in their heart, in their minds, in every single way but one, on paper. They were brought to this country by their parents, sometimes even as infants, and often have no idea that they're undocumented until they apply for a job or a driver's license or a college scholarship.
You may request deferred action for childhood arrivals if you meet the following guidelines. You came to the United States before reaching your 16th birthday. You have continuously resided in the United States since June 15, 2007, up to the present time. You were under the age of 31 as of June 15, 2012. You entered without inspection before June 15, 2012, or your lawful immigration status expired as of June 15, 2012. You are currently in school, have graduated or obtained your certificate of completion from high school, have obtained your general educational development certificate, or you are an honorably discharged veteran of the Coast Guard or Armed Forces of the United States. You have not been convicted of a felony, significant misdemeanor, or 3 or more misdemeanors, and do not otherwise pose a threat to national security or public safety. You were physically present in the United States on June 15, 2012, and at the time of making your request for consideration of deferred action with USCIS.
Happened because President Obama woke up one day and said, "Oh, I'm gonna do this. I feel good today and I'm gonna give Dreamers something." There was a lot of work to make that happen. It was years of organizing, of storytelling, of defiance, of coming out, and sharing who we are with America.